All right, make him feel welcome. This is David Lee.
So my daddy used to play at a place called the Long Branch Saloon back when I was a kid. And we happened to be in the Long Branch. And when I was thinking about this song, it's a song called Hungry Dog. It was about singing them old honky tonks. So this is what this is about. Pick on the guitar, slide on the steel. A cowboy stomping old boot heels. Under them lights and a cigarette fog. Sing for your supper like a hungry dog. My name is David Lee. I'm a third-generation musician, fifth-generation Texan, born in Wichita Falls. Grew up in Mesquite my young life, and then lived in Lampasas, Texas, so kind of all over. I guess my first inspiration was my stepsister, Sheila. She played music. When I was a little kid, I'd watch her play, and I was very inspired by watching her perform. And when I was 10 years old, she killed herself, and I inherited her guitar. When I was 13, I met my dad for the first time. I knew my dad was a musician, and Dad showed up on the front steps one night, had a guitar in his hand and had a cowboy hat. He put it on my head, gave me that guitar. He sat down and he played My Heroes Have Always Been Cowboys. And right then, at that moment, I knew that I was going to be a musician. And so music for me, I guess, was an escape. It was an escape from reality because of the stories that the guys told in those songs. And those stories, I wanted to create those stories. I wanted to write those stories. So this song is a song called Rowdy. I wrote it based on my alter ego, I guess you could say. The song's about an alter ego. Rowdy is an old friend, and I'd say that me and him have always been two of a kind. We ran those cantinas, and we kissed senoritas, and got tangled in our share of fights. But then I fell for a lady that wasn't much on crazy, so my buddy Rowdy went south. But every now and then on that old Lone Star wind, old Rowdy rides back into town. So I got just out of high school and I saw an article Willie Nelson had written in response to a guy that had asked, should he go to Nashville, being a Texas artist? And Willie said, if you want bread, you gotta go to the bread store. I kept thinking I was scared to death to go to Nashville, but I met my wife, I met Stacy, got married, moved to Nashville. My first cut was on Terry Clark's How I Feel record. It was a song called This Old Heart. My first single was with Leanne Womack, a song called Now You See Me, Now You Don't. And I got a phone call out of the blue by a fellow named Chris Oglesby, and he signed me to BMG Music. My first song that came out after that was a song called 1970 something. Shortly after, I wrote a song called Letters from Home for John Michael Montgomery, and it wound up being a pretty big hit. I Need You for Tim McGraw and Faith Hill, and then Lucky Man for Montgomery Gentry. Nashville was good to me. We just gotten to the point where we felt like, man, all the stars were telling us, go back to Texas. I started working on a record 2 years ago called The Wichita Kid. And this record kind of chronicled my life, so I wanted to get part of my family involved. So we wound up getting my Uncle Mike to narrate this record. It was the thing he was the most proud of. Unfortunately, he passed away during the middle of this process. My dad called me, Uncle Mike's gonna be dead, David, in 4 days. There was a voice inside me, that same voice that told me to pack up and go to Nashville 22 years ago, told me right then that you need to come home. You need to be home. So I always dedicate this song to my Uncle Mike. The song's called Hurtin', and I always think about his life because there ain't nobody hurt like my Uncle Mike. Did you ever have one of those days where it just rains and it rains? Your mind and your old back ache, but you get up anyway.
gave up your dreams and got a boss to please. Makes you wonder if it's worth it. Loosen my chain, 'cause even my pain is hurting. Lord, can't you give an old boy a break? You said you wouldn't give me more than I could take. And this whole world can sure rattle your face sometime.
I'm releasing my record in January. Ultimately, what matters is the music, is getting back to being honest with yourself and your art. I can write what moves me. My father and my uncle were involved in this record. Each and every song took my heart and my soul to create musically and lyrically and everything else. I was actually able to put myself into something as an artist instead of as just the guy behind the scenes that's writing the song.
Next to a bottle of old Black Label, it can't be the only thing ease a man's burden. Said, Lord, can't you give an old boy a break? You said you wouldn't give me more than I could take. And this whole world can sure rattle your face sometime. You're trying, you keep on trying. Happy's for sale, but you can't buy it. How about a little something to ease a man's burden?
I want to play real songs again. This is an honest record, it's an honest thing, and I'm an honest guy trying to raise my family. We've worked really hard on this record. I don't know where this road that I'm on now is going to take me. It's just like every road in my life. I just get on it and just see where it ends up. If I can make this work, it's going to be a great thing because I own myself for once in my life.